Welcome to the Varsity Kansas Big Show. I'm Taylor Eldridge. This week I am joined by Coach Scott Vang of Goddard. Thanks, Coach, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right, and the Lions are off to a 3-1 start this season. Football is a big deal in Goddard now. I mean, what's the excitement level like? I mean, what's it like to be off to such a good start?
Well, it's exciting to be off to such a good start, and the excitement level is up. Winning always helps that, and we have a pretty good team this year. Our kids play really hard and really have bought into what we're trying to do. So, it's exciting that you see it in our student section. You'll see it in school. It's just a good time right now.
Yeah, and Goddard's coming off a huge 60-12 beatdown of their rivals Eisenhower. A lot of social media hype going into that game. So to beat your rival by that big of a score, that one had to felt pretty good, right?
Well, it felt good, but I will tell you, I've been on the other side of those where everything I did went wrong, and it's not pleasant. I feel bad for their kids. I mean, it's as a coach, you don't want to see that happen. I would rather it be a more competitive game, and I'm sure someday it's going to happen to us. But I know our fans enjoyed it, and I know our kids, the players enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it too. But I felt a little bit bad for them.
Yeah, and every coach I talk to always calls you guys the most physical team they've seen. They always rave about just the physicality and just how good you guys are on the lines. I mean, where do you feel like that comes from? Is that kind of a trickle-down effect from you, I mean, as a coach? I mean, is that something you guys always strive to be?
Well, it's a culture deal. I told them a long time ago, I made up a little quote that said the law of physicality, and he who is most physical usually wins the game. And we preach that to our kids to be physical. We're trying to drive guys off the football. We're trying to flat back guys on defense. We're trying to rally to the football and get after guys because I think that sets a tone and sets a culture. And I've played schools like that. Carroll has been like that for years. Sly South in their good years have really been like that. And those are the kind of things we're trying to emulate, try to continue to do that.
Yeah, and the offense has really picked up this season. How much do you feel like that has to do with just the maturation of junior Blake Sullivan at quarterback? It seems like he's having a really good year. How big of a deal is that for him?
Well, he's matured. He's a football kid. He spends the summer going to quarterback camps and doing 7-on-7 without some of our kids because we've got so many other kids playing baseball and basketball. His maturation, he gets what we're trying to do. There's not a whole lot of coaching technique. It's this is the concept. What do you think? Can you handle this? And he usually can take it and run with it.
Yeah, and you guys have, I mean, Cody Gonzalez in the backfield. You got Bryant Maccabee out for the team this year. With how physical the lines are, how good the defense is. I mean, you feel like this is the best team that you guys have had in your time at Goddard?
Well, we're 3-1 right now, so we're going to hold off on whether this is the best team. I will tell you, last year's team did a lot of good stuff. And every team before, we've been kind of rebuilding our culture since the school split. And every team before has kind of put a little piece in. This has a chance to be the best team we've had since we've been there. But we've still got about 4 more games to win to prove that.
Yeah, and this season where the district has changed and every game counts now, I mean, opposed to the last few years where it's been 3-game seasons, and we were talking about before, I mean, it kind of gave teams new life, and this season it's different where, like, every game counts. So, I mean, how do you feel like, does it very much change as a coach, the way you prepare, I mean, early in the season now?
Well, now you have to make sure you're trying to win every game by 21 because that's the max points you can get, which plays into some of the decisions you have where sometimes you feel like you're running it up. We weren't trying to do that Friday night. It just kind of happened. But, we've had to do that. And the district games was the only place you had to do that before. I'm getting used to the new system. I don't have a problem with the new system, but I've also there are some good things with the old system, such as having that kind of a second season with your district. Now you're all playing toward having a great seed for the first round game.
Yeah, and you mentioned the student section earlier. It just seems like there's a lot more hype around this team, a lot more school spirit. It sounds like the Den is back at Goddard. How nice is it to have student support like that every Friday night?
Well, we got one of our marketing teacher, Coach Zimmer, he has kind of got that rolling, and then the kids have bought into it. And you've seen it the last couple of years. It's slowly but surely been building, and this year they've kind of taken it to another level, and it's awesome. I love that kind of stuff. That's how it was when I was in high school, and I appreciate those kids doing it. I think it's great to have them out there, and just to have that kind of school spirit because I think that makes the culture in the school so much better.
Yeah, and with big seasons game or with league games coming up, do you feel like the league titles? I mean, are they important still with the new district? I mean, a big game late in the season with Valley Center coming up. They're off to a great start as well. Do you feel like it's more important for a district, or is it so important to win the league title?
I think they're all part and parcel. You know, we want to have something to play for, have a league title, so it's good to be able to play for that and to be challenging for that. And then, you know, you're also got the carrot at the end of the year where you're seeded at for your playoffs. And, you know, we're looking at where we're seeded. We kind of keep a running total of that. I think somebody publishes that, maybe you guys, I'm not sure, but somebody publishes it. My coaches post it every week. They both go hand in hand together. It's awesome to have a league title.
All right, that should be it. Thanks so much, Coach, for coming down. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and be sure to check out varsitykansas.com for all the latest coverage.